Alright, so my number 5 pick is Don't Breathe. Now, this movie, I don't know what to say about this movie. I thought this movie was another one of your typical trying to be Jason, Freddy, hack and slasher type movies. I thought it was going to be another one of those very cliche and cheesy movie that we've already seen played out several times back in the day. But this movie, actually, it really surprised me because it was so different. It was something that I've never seen before. But pretty much you have these teenagers, they're troublemakers and they're looking for money. And they pretty much they go to this guy's house, and he's a major guy of the movie, and he's blind, but they don't know that he's blind. And there's a little bit of a secret that he has in this particular house that they go to, but they don't know that it's his house, and they don't know much about this man besides him being blind. And it just has a lot of twists and turns in the movie, and it's very suspenseful. It'll keep you definitely, what they like to say, edge on your seat. It'll definitely do that for you, and it'll keep you engaged, and it'll keep you wondering what's happening next. So I would definitely check this out. It's not too scary if you're scared easily by these type of movies, but it's definitely suspenseful, that's for sure. So my number 4 pick is Happy Death Day. Now this movie, oh my god, this movie, this movie here, I gotta be honest with you, I thought this movie was gonna be the stupidest thing I ever seen in my life. I mean, look at the title, Happy Death Day. It's obviously a cliche turnaround of Happy Birthday, obviously. So I thought it was gonna be a bunch of crap, just to be honest with you. But as I always do everything else, I took a chance on it. And this movie, it was really, really good. And on top of that, it was really, really different. I wasn't even expecting what happened in this movie to happen, because it was just so different. It was like anything I've never seen before. I mean, but pretty much just to give you a little piece of the movie, this girl, she wakes up on her birthday, and she's a very mean girl. She's your typical mean girl, pretty much, as we know mean girls to be. And she wakes up, she goes through her whole day, and she dies. And then she wakes back up the next day, and it's the same day as it was before. And there's a cycle of this that continues to keep happening, and the whole time you're just kind of scratching your head like, what's going on? And there's a lot of plot twist going on in this movie. This is one of those movies to where once you think you got everything figured out, the movie lets you know you don't. And I really admire that about this movie, and how it really surprised me. So definitely check this one out. It's funny, it'll keep you thinking for sure, and it's definitely worth checking out for sure. Alright, so my number 3 movie is going to be Nerve. Now, Nerve was also one of those other movies where it just kind of caught me off guard when I watched it. I remember seeing the previews, and I was just saying to myself, man, this movie isn't gonna be nothing. It sounds like it's stupid, and it just doesn't sound like a good movie. Because pretty much what you have, there's this big game that's going on all around the world, and the game is called Nerve. And what it pretty much means is, going off the phrase, do you have the nerve to do something? And you have something on here where you're either the watcher or the player of this particular dare that people are all around the world are sending out for you to do. And if you do it, you get a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money. And this game becomes bigger and bigger to these two particular people, to where it just gets too big and it goes a little bit too far. But this particular movie, it kept me engaged. I was excited and I was just waiting to see what was going to happen next the whole time through. It didn't get slow. A movie like this can have the tendency to get slow with it being such an interesting concept. But it didn't do that at all. It kept me engaged. It kept going pretty well. And I was really surprised by this movie, which is why I choose it as number 3 over some of the other ones that I chose. So definitely go check this one out if you haven't. My number 2, we're down to the final 2. So my number 2 movie is going to be Split. Split. I just thought this movie was kind of going to be weird before I actually watched it. And I thought it was going to be like the bad kind of weird, to where it wasn't going to be worth watching. So I did take a chance on the movie, and I was pretty surprised, and I was really amazed by one thing more than the actual movie itself. This guy here, James McAvoy, he plays the main character in this movie, and he plays in some other things like Professor X and X-Men, and a couple other movies he's been in. But that's the only one I can recall right now. But what amazed me about this movie so much is that this guy was able to do what he did in this movie, because this guy here, he has personality disorder, and he has 23 different personalities that he is and that he transitions into throughout the movie. And it blows my mind that he's actually able to differentiate all of these personalities being one person. Like each personality that he changes into, like you think you're looking at a different person, because he does it so well. And I find that amazing, and how he was able to play 23 different people in one movie and do it well. I know that has to take a lot mentally on anybody to do so. So with that being said, this is a great movie. It's definitely a psychological thriller for sure. I would definitely go check it out, because there's some good stuff to be seen in this movie. And if this is number 2, I can't wait for you to see number 1. So my number 1 movie, are y'all ready for this? Drum roll. Collateral Beauty. This movie, oh my God. You want to talk about something that's mind-blowing? This movie is mind-blowing. It will absolutely do just that. I actually watched this movie with some friends, and I wasn't thinking really highly of it. And I went out and bought the movie, but I didn't watch it. And I didn't really have much of an urgency to watch it, although I bought it. But they made me sit down and watch this particular movie. And I don't even know what other words to describe it. But pretty much you have this advertising executive. He's very successful, has a lot of things going for him, great in his life. And all of a sudden this tragedy happens to him, to where he falls apart. It breaks him pretty much. And he gets to the point to where he writes these literal letters to love, death, and time, as if they were actual people. And these particular letters that he writes, they actually wound up being literal people that he is writing to, and he's going crazy. But he writes these letters, and well, of course they're not actual literal people, but he believes that they are, and they have these people depicting that they are. But he these other people that he works with, they try to get him back on track with how his life used to be before this tragedy happened to him, and there's nothing they can do to get that. And there's a lot of plot twists and turns in here that are really gonna require you to have quick thinking and thinking on your feet while watching it. It's a very thought-provoking movie, and yeah, there's some good stuff in here, and this is another one of those movies to where, as I was saying about Happy Death Day, just when you think you have everything figured out in this movie, it lets you know that you don't, and you have to keep watching it all the way through. So Collateral Beauty, my number one pick for my top 10 hidden gems. Definitely go check this movie out if you haven't. It is truly a definition of a hidden. Well, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope I have given you something to watch this summer with those movies that I've presented to you. I really like movies, and I'm probably going to do more top 10s from here on out every now and then, just to kind of get you to watch some movies that really are good, and they're good thought-provoking movies, and they're just a good time to do when you have a lot of movies and just experience a lot of things with movies that you haven't seen before. But that is all that I got for y'all today. I do appreciate y'all watching. Until next time, guys, after this video, after the credits, I want you to stay tuned for about another 10 seconds, because there is a little teaser, a little trailer that is after the credits. So if you stay tuned for that, and there's a little something special there for you. So I thank you guys again, and until next time, I do appreciate you guys' support and for watching this video as I continue to try to grow my YouTube channel and continue to try to do the things that I love to do in my channel. Thank you again, and remember that always, until next time, that there can be only one. Thank you.